Westwood Instruments just released a huge overhaul to their upright alt piano library, which now runs on their new Evergreen framework. This update rebuilds the entire instrument from the ground up into their new Evergreen interface. And they've also crafted 8 brand new textures for this release. Whether you have the full version of Contact or just the free player, you'll be able to enjoy this new update. And if you already own Westwood's alt piano library, then you can actually download this massive update for free. So just make sure that you double check with your Westwood account, and you can always update using the Pulse downloader. Otherwise, you can typically pick it up for $59 or at the special launch price of $35. If you do want this newly updated alt piano for free, thanks to Westwood Instruments, I am now hosting a giveaway for subscribers of this channel. So stick around to find out how you can get a free license of this library. I've been lucky to connect with Westwood Instruments for about a year and a half or so, and they just never cease to amaze me with their innovative and inspiring instruments. So if you are new to the alt piano, this is an old character-filled instrument from the 60s that was recorded both with and without felt. And this is going to give 2 distinct personalities, something that is soft and elegant, or brighter and lively. And I love that you can find a blend between the two by using this felt fader here. So right now we are set to the natural piano, no felt is being used. And then if we were to actually increase the felt, let's say we bring it all the way up, we should just get that warmer sound. Now, these original piano recordings were then transformed into a series of 11 inspiring textural layers. These can add just a subtle background of ambience to your compositions, or be used as atmospheric, organic sounds in their own right. In the old alt piano, we only had access to the air, grain, and earth textures, but this update introduces an additional 8 textures for you to play with. And then if you want some extra control over each individual layer, that is where this texture fader comes in. The slider changes different aspects of the sound that is unique to the specific texture that you're using, which I think is really cool. All right, so let's start off with texture ash first. I think this one is probably my favorite. Maybe let's go for Arbor. And maybe Highway? All right, we definitely get more low end when we bring the texture fader down. And then let's just go for Drift. Now, in addition to these different layers of piano and textures, we also have over 40 presets in this snapshot menu. So our default pianos range from felt piano and natural piano. So it's like a dedicated instance of either the felt or natural piano. Our piano mixes include Huxley, Rob's felt piano, and Rob's natural piano, shifted. The piano has been drinking. You know what? Let's actually try that one. So let's just get an idea of what this preset sounds like by looking at the pre-made settings. So we know that this isn't any of the textures. It is a natural piano, not felt. We have the pianist control turned on so we can hear a little bit of the artifacts of the performance. We also have different mic signals to choose from. This particular preset is using mostly room, some rear mics, and a little bit of ambience, and notice we're not using any of the close mics. And then our reverb is set to around 50%, and we have the option to choose Fireside, Vintage, Coil, Steel, Studio, Hall, Horizon, and Eclipse. If we look at the effects page, we have this trans pitch feature that lets us blend our pitch based on semitones. So this is just with the 2 on. Let's go for an 8. A much duller, quieter sound, and 12. Yeah, that's the most. Adds a lot of character to it, whereas if we stuck on 2, it's definitely a bit brighter, more lively. We also have some low, mid, and high EQ knobs, and I think what gives this particular preset its character is the use of the untune and noise controls. So let's really increase that untune knob. Sounds like a really old upright piano that you might find in like your grandparents' basement or something. And now let's listen to the noise, because this is a very subtle sound that you might not hear right away. So let's just increase that. And then we could change the tone of that to be brighter or duller. But we don't really want to hear too much of it, just a little bit to glue the performance together. We can also turn on or off the piano front. We have a few different delays to choose from. Right now it's set to tape. It's actually currently turned off, but if we were to turn it on, we would hear a tape delay, but we can also choose from any of these delay presets. We also have the option of using the width for a stereo spread, but keep in mind if you spread too far, it does start to sound unrealistic. And then we have our reverb, and this is what we saw on the main homepage. But of course you can still pick from here your Fireside, Vintage, Eclipse, all of the different presets. Those were our piano mixes, but we also have textures. So these are the 11 textures that we had on the main page, but just like the natural and felt piano presets, these are dedicated instances of each texture. We also have texture blends, and these are going to combine select textures to create a unique sound. So maybe let us, well, all of them seems pretty obvious. So these are all of our textures all at once. And that is just a beautiful like hum almost. And let's try one more, maybe a glitch in the script. So these are the textures that we had in the original alt piano library, just air, grain, and earth. All right, and then we have the pianos and textures. So these are going to be a mix between your felt or natural piano and one of these textures. So let's go for stutter. So this is the felt piano. We have ash, we have willow, and drift. And let's just hear how that sounds. All right, so you hear that initial attack from the piano, but it also creates that nice atmospheric blend kind of in the background, which can give your piano a unique sound. Really, really nice. And then finally, we're going to have these experimental presets like Boy Meets Father, Delayed Departure, I Felt It From Far Away, Whale Bones. So let's maybe just try From What I Remember. Okay, so this is just piano, but it is close in room. Okay, so we are using 12 semitones, no EQ. We are using a little bit of noise with some delay and reverb. Okay. So let's try maybe None More Epic. All right, so this is Piano and Earth. And I think the experimental section is where you can start having a ton of fun, just messing with settings and creating a sound that's unique to you. I personally love the new Evergreen framework that Westwood released. If you do have the electric home piano, then this should feel very familiar to you. The Evergreen UI is a complete redesign that organizes the features that we'd normally see into easy-to-view digestible sections. From the homepage, if you want to adjust an articulation or a texture individually, you can always go inside and you can adjust the dynamics with velocity or the mod wheel, the quality and character of the sound if you want it to have attack, release, tightness, and the level. But then we also have some minor tweaks like round robins, the reset on transport, and the cycling mode. If we were to go to our mic signals, these are the ones that we see right off the bat, like our actual close room, rear, and ambient signals. But on the second page, you can also adjust things like the keys, the sound of the strings, the pedal noise. We of course saw how much control we had in our effects page, but we also have the settings page as well. This is where you can turn on or off your key switches, change its position. You can auto purge mics and articulations. And we also have control over the velocity sensitivity. And then the last page is this info tab, and it just recognizes those who worked on this library. And then we also have some product support and additional information up above. So I mentioned this in the electric home piano video, but this framework is exactly the kind of simple yet detailed design that I'm always looking for in a sample library. I don't want to feel overwhelmed, but I also don't want to lose control over the quality of my sound. And I think Westwood Instruments did a great job at striking that balance with this Evergreen framework. But also when it comes to any of these instruments, they are always creating a unique alternative sound for composers. That's why we not only get the natural and felt piano, but those 11 stylized textures and all of those blended presets. And based on my experience with the Westwood instruments from like the Lost Piano, Electric Home Piano, their Untamed series, they capture all the little flaws and details in these instruments and music and somehow turn them into a beautiful, imperfect sounding library. And that's why I'm super excited to announce that I am running the alt piano giveaway thanks to Westwood Instruments. You are going to have a chance to win a free license of this newly updated alt piano library. To enter, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Robert Rodriguez Music, comment below your favorite thing about this new Evergreen framework, and probably most important, make sure that you fill out the contact form in the giveaway link in the description. This giveaway has officially started and will close at 12 p.m. EST on Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. I have the full list of giveaway rules down in the description and through the giveaway link as well. I am incredibly thankful to the Westwood Instruments team that I can host this giveaway and share this brand new update with one of you. So don't forget to enter down below, and as always, happy composing.